Double time it now, cupcakes. This is a bucket. I've been teleporting bread for 3 days. There's no hesitation from me this time. I follow the class and do the run Solly wanted. As expected, I rapidly fell behind the pack. Hey, Inko. Nice of you to drop by. How you doing? Damien, what are you doing back here? Keeping my new buddy company, of course. What are you doing? Trying not to vomit. You're doing great. Thanks, I guess. Shouldn't you be at the very front of the pack, though? Next to Mia? Nah, man, not her. Who's Mia? Is Mia hot? We're gonna be talking about the... I was trying to do a Half-Life sound effect so I could read out PB's comment accurately. Mia? You know, the one that knocked you out yesterday. A brief flashback reminded me of the red Parasaurus. Oh, her. By the by, glad to see you're doing way better today. You're even up and running. Yeah, glad I didn't wind up with permanent brain damage. Permanent brain damage. Hey, question. What happened yesterday normal around here? Well, Mia's a wild one, that's for sure. Best not to mess with her, unless you're into those kind of chicks. In which case, be my guest, maybe I am. Maybe I am. As for Solly, yeah, he's always like that. You'll get used to it. He ain't that bad a guy once he warms up to you. If you say so. Hey, don't worry, man. You're gonna fit right in no time flat. In fact, you should sit with us at lunch. This is exactly what Reed did last time. That way, we can give you the proper welcome and stuff. Lunch, I mean... Inko, Damien, don't fall behind! Solly's voice snaps me from my mini stupor and makes me realize how far behind Damien and I had fallen behind the rest of the class. Whoops. Better catch up with the others before Solly brings out the punitive measure. Excuse me? The what? You don't want to find out, brother. Trust me. What? Come on, dude. Let's jet. Before I can say another word, Damien gets behind me and starts pushing me forward, forcing my legs to move faster than they ever should have. I have to struggle not to trip over myself, but somehow I managed to keep up the pace that Damien was forcing my whole body to maintain. Sweaty ass. 5 minutes and 3 more laps later, I fall flat on my ass, and my heart beating so fast, my lungs burning so fiercely, that every breath feels like sandpaper scraping against my throat. Regardless of that, though, I finished the jog. The first small step towards conquering my physical weakness. Good job, maggots! Keep this up and you'll be soldiers yet! Solly turns to me and with a slight grin, shoots me a thumbs up. Okay, that's all for today. Hit the lockers, cupcakes! If God had wanted you to copulate with dinosaurs, he would not have created me! Damien helps me back up, and I join the rest of the male students as we head back to the locker room. I had someone do that to me once. It kinda worked. Pushing you across the fucking track. We talk a bit more about our interests and other school matters on the way, Damien filling me in a bit about St. Hammond's history during the 3 years he'd been in attendance. By a bit of luck, our lockers aren't that far apart from one another, but our conversation isn't a real possibility considering all the other ones going on in the relatively, considering the relatively cramped locker rooms. There really isn't that much more time to chat before the bell rings for our next class switch. Sorry if I'm rocking around, I'm kicking my feet under my chair. Ooh, I'm so excited. Ooh. I wave goodbye to Damien and start looking for my next class. Don't forget, lunch with the buds. I nod in reply as I turn around and head towards the hall towards my next class. Making my way down the hall, I take notice of the surroundings. Though everything about the school seemed pretty normal, there are some key modifications made to better suit the majority of the student body. Mainly water fountains that settle a good 10 or more feet above me. Overall, nothing crazy special. Do we got some necks? Do we got some long necks around here? Best teacher incoming? This next class I'm sort of looking forward to. AP Art Design. The class looks like it's in a studio classroom on the second floor. I'm so excited. Claps thighs together. This looks different. Part of the school here is built to be both inside and outside, with open ceilings and walls here and there. Since it's also the art wing, the displayed pictures are coated in hydrophobic layers and framed. Did you guys ever get your art framed up in high school? Although, since it's the start of the year, the halls are freshly cleared, waiting to be filled in as the semesters pass. Of course, there's no shortage of drains. Why? Drains. The hall in particular is displayed prominently in the school's advertising material. And for good reason. Material. The carefully and expertly built dynamic between the surrounding nature, the school, and even the building materials themselves is nothing less than mystical. Yes, they let me design bulletin boards and posters. What does that even mean for music stuff? I can already feel the creative juices flowing. They had my short story published in high school. Sweet! Did you make money? Soon enough, I'm standing just outside the door to my next class. Much like the school wall outside, it's decorated in various colors and patterns, each corner painted and tagged by different students. I barely step foot inside before the bell rings. Was it a fanfic? Since I was the last one in, all but one of the other seats were taken. It's pretty close to the front. While many of the students look well prepared, some are clearly ready to fall asleep within the next few minutes. Okay, I know this guy. This is Patrick, right? This is our boy Bateman. Come on. All right, Bateman. Hop in, hop in. Then there's the teacher. He's standing up by the board, waiting for me to finish looking around and take a seat. As far as spoilers go, how could you even call this a spoiler? I know there's a Patrick Bateman character. This is Patrick Snootman. Since he isn't urging me to look for a seat, he must be used to new students taking it all in. That must be the art teacher. Somehow he looks young and old at the same time. Were you making a robo.mp4? Well, don't want to hold up class for too long. Trying not to take the teacher's hospitality for granted, I take the seat closest to me in the front row. I gotta wet my whistle. Stop. Even with me sitting down, the art teacher still continues to idle, instead staring at the seated students with a hazy stare. Nobody else seems to be paying attention to him, save for a few people here and there. A few students are whispering something behind me. Where was he yesterday? Hey, I'm not complaining about less work. Yeah, but on the first day? So, in a way, it's the teacher's first day as well. Oh, his first day. So I didn't miss anything in this class. That's pretty cool, actually. The teacher slams the front of his desk with both fists, the sound echoing through the room. It's the signal for all auxiliary conversation to cease, and the class obeys. Choked on my spit. Despite the sudden furniture abuse, the teacher doesn't look agitated. Rather, he's got a massive grin on his face. The phrase, winning smile, comes to mind. Right then. The pale pterodactyl holds what looks to be a metallic tray on a stick. Good morning, class. Thank you, Raptor Jesus, for forcing me to wear prescription shades. The lore. They really are prescription shades. Let's see Inko's card. My classmates are all wincing in pain and wiping at their eyes. And welcome to AP Art Design. He holds up the stick haphazardly. This is a flash pan. Saw it at an antique store yesterday. Thought it'd be a good introduction. It's not important. Worthless, actually. The class winces as the stick is chucked into the garbage bin and shattered. Excuse my absence yesterday. I had matters to take care of elsewhere. My name is Mr. Iadakan. Within the blink of an eye, the teacher has replaced the sun on a stick with a fancy marker and managed to scrawl his name across the board in the finest show of calligraphy. And I shall be your guide as we explore the expanse of the creative world. Let's not dilly-dally then, shall we? For a teacher, he's very animated. This first week, we'll be going in-depth on the history of the fundamentals of art. Perhaps a little trial by fire as well, to get your creative juices flowing. There's murmurs from my classmates, though I pay them no mind. In fact, the prospect of doing some creative work to create something that I could possibly show off. For a brief moment, I picture my own name on a placard in the hallway outside of the principal's office. Art time? I think so. What's up, Cheesy? For now, though, I'd like for you all to open up your book to page 3. Right, my book... Wait. What book? Wait. Looking around, I see that everyone else has a novel-sized hardcover book opened. Oh. They must have gotten them yesterday. Now then, class, we'll be starting with... Hesitantly, I raise my hand. Mr. Yadakan, sir? I, don't have a book yet. You don't have... How? The substitute passed all of them out yesterday. Oh. His eyes flicker open a second as he connects some internal dots. Word on the street is some new kid got concussed so hard he had to leave early. Did the street at least mention I was doing well before that? Oh, of course not. You're Mr. Nito, then. Yes, sir. Given the circumstance, I'll let it slide. For now, why don't you share with one of your classmates? After class, I'll write you a note that you can give to the librarian. Thank you, sir. I kind of regret being so late, because the only person I can realistically share with is the person to my side. So, hey! Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm thinking, spamming the fucking chat. Wasn't she the one speeding through the hallway yesterday? Just like back then, I feel her gaze, piercing and cold, as if she's not even seeing me next to her. Would it be okay to share this book? It would only be for today. Instead of a verbal response, she gunches. She lets out a defeated low groan like I just spit in her cereal. She then huddles back over her page. Is this game about hugging a gator? Just you lock in, will ya? Well, gee, sorry I asked. It's only the first real day. Maybe I won't need it. Olivia, come on. Share with him this one time. I already told him I'd personally resolve this issue. Just help me out here, alright? Alright? She responds by making a show of sighing deeply while rolling her head back and around. Ordinarily, there'd be a groan to go with the gesture, but she remains silent. Her head hangs low in defeat, and she nudges the book a few centimeters closer to me. She's disabled. Pass, says Toasted. Thanks? I slide my own desk closer to her, just enough that I can read the page. While our teacher orates the page as if reading from Death of a Hunter, I follow along while simultaneously trying to capture anything that stands out into my notebook. A lot more difficult than expected, as Mr. Iadakan seems to put emphasis on every word he spoke. I felt like I was just copying the page wholesale. My eyes turn from the book to the girl's notes and... Scritch, scritch, scritch. Those are some very murderous-looking claws on her fingertips. For a split second, I see them retract. She wipes her fingertips on a small hand towel and... Whoa. The claws extend again into a bright red puddle on her desk. A singular red-colored claw is pressed on her paper for a moment, then quickly tugged and twirled and twisted. leaving behind a bright red cursive sentence on the page. Cool. Those silver irises flick my way once more.
Drink too much on camera again?
Capita! I think you knew what we were getting into. You saw one Gator woman, and you got so hyped up. Who could ever blame you? What does Olivia sound like? It's probably gonna be the same girl voice I did last time. What?
You wanna watch me drink too much on camera again?
What you're doing? That looks pretty cool. A hint of red creeps across the girl's cheeks.
She looks back at the book and hunches her shoulders as high as humanly or dinally can. Ow, 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 ow. That got me in the neck. I'm not even kidding. Ouch.
She's now leaning over her notes too, even using the book as extra protection for the pages. Ow, dude. Boomer? I think I am. I think I'm too old to stream. I should be focusing on my own notes, yeah. An impossible task now, though, as the colorful calligraphy next to me has piqued my curiosity. The quill talon continues. Look at him creeping over. What do you got over there? The quill talon continues to delicately etch notes onto the page. And it only leaves the page to dip into what looks like a tiny paint palette at the edge of her desk. The claws extend again, and there's like a faint rumbling. Who cares? Hey. I hadn't meant to get caught up in it. Sorry, I wait for her to give me a name. She doesn't. She simply returns her focus to the book between us. I wonder what her deal is. In either case, I turn my attention back to class. Hope I can make up for lost time. It's hard to ignore the Gator girl, though. Especially when those icy gray eyes of her feel like icicles poised to stab through me. Hey, wait a second. Those hand motions. She's not writing anything right now. She's drawing. Well, it's none of my business. But I am rather curious. I make a show of leaning back to yawn. What the fuck's going on over there? Now I can see it's... Whoa. It's a calligraphic doodle of me. There's no mistaking it. That's my jacket. Those are my sunglasses. That's in. That's pretty cool. Nobody's ever really drawn me before. Well, there were those others on the first day of school, but that's different. They weren't using their own claws or ink. Oh man, I can't wait. I gotta ask for a closer look. Hey! Huh? Your picture is super cool, can I see it? She's squinting. She glares me in the eyes, but slowly brings out the sheaf she was doodling on. Sheaf? With the paper more visible, I can just barely make out all the important details. I just realized Inko is Tumblr Anon. I think you're totally correct. The line work is sharp, each stroke an organic curve that when combined formed has to be me. It even had my glasses in the negative space of the head. Though, what was with the multiple swervy lines coming out of my drawing's head? Stink lines, you stink! Stinky ass, you smell, Anon! I mean, Inko. Dude, this is great. She rolls her eyes and starts retracting the page. Can I take a picture of it? A pause. Why? Nobody's ever done something like that for me. I want to remember it. She passes the paper over to me. It's yours. It's mine. Ooh, it's mine. Are we gonna go to DashCon this year? Yeah, dude. Here's my cosplay. Whoa, really? Thanks! Don't mention it. Stinko! Stinko! Oh my god, we're playing a Stinko! But... don't. She's nice. She's not nice. I don't think she's nice. After a grueling period made worse by my own anxiety, the bell rings to set us free. What do you think of Inko so far? This is our guy. And I don't mean me, you know. Is he filling in the shoes of Anon, our friend from last time? What do you think? Is this a fair successor? He's very naive, he's very sheltered. I think you guys are, I think you're wary about Inko. Naive. Naive is the word. He's much more approachable. Anon was a lot more, yeah, he was angry, but he was poor. I guess that's a fair kind of juxtaposition though, right? Inko smells like a dumpster. I hate him. Okay. Finally, freedom at Just stay for a minute longer, Inko. I get some sideways glances from other students as they leave, no doubt suspecting I'm my teacher's pet already. With few strokes from his pen, Iadakon hands me a note. Just show this to the librarian, and she'll hand you her books. On your way now. Am I bald enough for the Turtley Club, or what? A quick trip to the library earns me my missing books. I even got a fancy laminated library card. Iadakon's introduction to his class certainly has me excited for photography next. First up, though, lunch. Can't take pictures on an empty stomach. Get your mouse out of there. Come on, maggot. Between my lackluster breakfast and gym class, I'm starving. Don't forget to save occasionally. Despite my hunger, though, I'm stopped dead in my tracks as I look around the cafeteria for a place to sit. The whole place is overtaken by lawless anarchy. I've never seen a riot this intense. A few students have even crawled halfway up the wall, hanging by the decorative vines. Food flies about everywhere, utilized as ammunition rather than sustenance. And yet the security guard by the door isn't moving. This must be acceptable? I shudder to think what would be bad enough to warrant him taking action. I've never seen anything like this at any of my old schools. But more importantly, all the cliques have already formed from the previous day! No, no, no! I've missed my chance to sit with anybody. Wait, it's only the second day. Why am I acting as though it's too late for anything? Yo, Nico! I'm shoulder checked from behind by what feels like an oversized fist or undersized boulder. If I wasn't already by a wall, I would have either been sent sprawling or made into roadkill. Nico, cousin, let's go dino bowling. When I turn around, I'm met with Damien's toothy grin. Ow, what? What? I already forgot about me. You don't got anywhere to be, right? Broke-ass mother. Yeah. You stuttered. Come on, we're going somewhere. May as well, right? Damien excitedly motions at me to follow through the traffic of students going about the lunchroom. Peering in through the crowd, waving me over, and disappearing again like he's out running something. It's a good thing I hadn't gotten my own lunch yet. It'd be dumped on the ground about 3 elbows and a slap ago. Through the clamoring, I hear something about a turf war restarting with the new year, and that megalodons will continue to rule. We got race wars going on in the school? Somewhere mixed in is the undeniable sound of a steel chair clattering to the ground. The place is an actual war zone now. How on earth is Damien able to weave through these guys so easily? I'm mad. Eventually, he leads me to the far corner of the room and to his usual lunch table. Hey, you're alive. I think one of my ribs is cracked. My God, he's got a steel chair. That's just the school spirit you're feeling. Oh. I feel less like a person and more like a well-used punching bag. I finished stretching my wounded back and eventually checked the table. It's basically empty. There's only one other person here. Huh? Get these fucking glasses situated. The Gator girl gives an unamused raised brow. Hey, you. Oh, snap, you know Olivia? Olivia, right. Yeah. The one and only. Why didn't you tell me you met already? Because I only sort of did. We're in the same class. Ah, okay, I get it now. Still, that sounds awesome. All my lunch buddies are artists. All? Oh yeah, there's usually like a third in our group, but she's out screwing around with school business. She'll probably be back tomorrow. Student council stuff can't take that long, right? What's she need with the student council? Oh, she doesn't need anything with the student council. She's in it. She's the treasurer. The treasurer? Something like that. What do you think, Olivia? Olivia just grunts. She doesn't even bother to look up from her lunch tray. Aren't you an artist too, Damien? Nah, I don't got the patience to sit around for hours like that. So you're not taking advantage of the art programs here? Don't really need them. Home's just real close by. Only other artist here today is Olivia. His arms wave over Olivia as if he was presenting her at an auction or something. There she is, there she is. For her part, the Gator girl just grunts again. Well, what do you do then, Olivia? Finally, she looks up, turning an indifferent look my way. Did she say something? What was that? Oh, what was that? The ambient war noises are a bit too loud. I can't hear a thing. Sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying over the... Don't sweat it, she's just the real quiet type. I paint!